The Krypton factor P901/21, take 1.
Edited.
Fifteen seconds.
Good evening. We're just one step away from the 1978 Krypton Factor Final and the discovery of our new super person. Last week, you remember, we filled 2 of the 4 places in the final. Tonight, the remaining places will be filled by the 2 contestants who achieved the highest Krypton factor at the end of 5 rounds of this second semi-final. I can tell you it's a splendid lineup, all of them, of course, winners of their respective heats. So let's get underway and find the 2 who are going to go through to the final next week. We start, as always, with mental agility. Now, you remember that last week the test was coded numbers and letters. Now, in order to keep the tests approximately the same in the semi-finals, what we've done is to reverse that, and this week it's coded letters and numbers. So a quick explanation now for our contestants. In a few moments, through the headphones that you'll be wearing, you'll hear a series of letters in the range A to E. Using the code A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, we want you to translate those letters into numbers and give me back the numbers in the right order. So, quick example, if you got the letters A, E, B, your reply in numbers using the code should be 1, 5, 2. If you've got that, would you put your headphones on now, please? Settle as quickly as possible. As always, it's a knockout round. We go on until there's just one person left in it. If you're all settled now, your letters coming up now. Andrew Gillum.
A, B, D, C. 1, 2, 4, 3.
Correct. Now David Drake Brockman.
D, B, E, A.
4, 2, 5, 1.
Correct. Mary Humphreys.
E, B, A, E.
5, 2, 1, 5.
Correct. Robert Taylor.
B, D, C, A.
2, 4, 3, 1.
Correct. And again, everyone right. All 4 survive as we go on now. 5 letters, starting Andrew Gillum.
D, C, A, E, B. 4, 3, 1, 5, 2.
That is absolutely right. Now David Drake Brockman.
A, C, E, A, D.
1, 3, 5, 1, 4.
Also right. Mary Humphreys.
B, C, E, D, E.
2, 3, 5, 3, 5.
No, wrong on the last but one. 2, 3, 5, 4, 5 it should have been. You're eliminated, I'm afraid, Mary Humphreys. On to Robert Taylor.
A, D, B, E, A.
1, 4, 2, 5, 1.
Right, little hesitation, but you were right. 3 of you survive to go on now to 6 letters, starting with Andrew Gillum.
C-A-E-B-C-B.
3-1-5-3. 2-5.
No, wrong on the 4th one, in fact. 3-1-5-2-3-2. So you're eliminated, Andrew Gillum. David Drake Brockman.
C-B-E-D-A-C.
3, 2, 5, 3, 4, 1.
You got all the numbers right, but not in the right order. You went wrong on the 4th one as well. 3-2-5-4-1-3. So you're eliminated. Now to Robert Taylor.
D-B-E-A-D-C.
4, 2, 5, 1, 4, 3.
Absolutely right. Which means, of course, that Robert Taylor wins the round outright and starts in the best possible way, 10 points. In second place, in fact, 2 contestants share second place, David Drake Brockman and Andrew Gillum, because they both went out at exactly the same points, 6 points for both of them. In fourth place, Mary Humphries. But there we are after just 1 round, the early leader with a Krypton factor of 10 points, the gardener from London, Robert Taylor. We move on now to the physical ability test. We have, of course, in the semi-finals added 2 obstacles on the assault course. We've also filled all the ditches with water. If the contestants fall in, it's not just discomfort all the way to the finish. They've also got the extra weight of water in their sodden tracksuits. Let's join them at the start with Captain Don Glynn.
Competitors, take your marks.
Away goes 27-year-old Mary Humphries from Rochester in Kent into one of the new obstacles introduced for this semi-final, the double ramp, but she copes with them quite nicely. And the other new obstacle, the duck boards, and on up to the steps. She's got quite a start because the other 3 are men in the race, so she's making the most of her 24-second start, which she has over the clergyman from Huddersfield, Father David Drake Brockman, age 44. There he goes. He finished last in his heat, so he's got an awful lot of hard work to do if he's going to do well in this race at all, as he scrambles over that first one. And third to start, Robert Taylor, age 34, the gardener from London, has got a long way to go because he starts 33 seconds behind Mary Humphries, and knowing there's a very fast man starting behind him in fourth place, and there he is, Andrew Gillum, 42 seconds behind Mary Humphries, 9 seconds behind Robert Taylor. He's really got to go fast at the beginning, but he's got to pace himself too. And Father David Drake Brockman has dropped out of the race. We knew he was slightly injured this morning, and it's obviously caught up with him. He can't finish, so he's out of the race. Holding on to her lead, Mary Humphries, as she goes across that monkey swing. Looking back down the field, it's the 2 men, Robert Taylor and Andrew Gillum, going neck and neck now for second place, chasing Mary Humphries and catching all the time. And it's Andrew Gillum who's doing best, nearest the camera, as he goes into the monkey swing, going beautifully across that, doing very well indeed. He's going very fast indeed. In the lead, Mary Humphries, but Andrew Gillum catching all the time.
Go, go, go!
And there is Andrew Gillum. Has he overstretched himself at the beginning? Pacing's all important here. He's almost up now on Mary Humphries as they go into the water jump, onto the seesaw. Just 1 obstacle to go after that, but beautifully taken there by Andrew Gillum as he now goes up in the lead onto that last obstacle. The climb up onto that rope swing, then further up to 18 feet and the drop. He's in the lead. Mary Humphries is second. Robert Taylor trying hard to catch Mary Humphries. Can he do it on that last obstacle? Andrew Gillum now with just the drop to do. Down he goes, lands quite nicely. Absolutely exhausted, but he did well. A very good time. And it's going to be Mary Humphries dropping nicely into second place and just behind Robert Taylor in third place.
Well, that really was a tremendous run by Andrew Gillum there, and he gets the 10 points. In second place, doing very well, Mary Humphries, who gets 6 points. Robert Taylor was in third place, so he gets 4 points. And although David Drake Brockman failed to finish, no miracle there for him, he gets 2 points for fourth place. So there's the position. Don't forget, 2 go through to the final. In second place now is Robert Taylor with 14 points, but the new leader with 16 points from Liverpool is Andrew Gillum. Well, you'll gather from that support that Andrew Gillum has his fan club here in the audience tonight. Looking at the board, Mary Humphries and David Drake Brockman will be hoping to do well in this next round, the intelligence test. And just like last week, we're trying to incorporate here mathematical and spatial skills. The test is called Magic Fives. And can I ask our contestants now to step down behind their benches? And there you've each got a grid, 5 by 5. There are 16 blocks already in place in the grid, all showing the number 5. You've got 9 more blocks on the lower levels of your benches, numbered 1 to 9. What you have to do is to place those blocks into the empty spaces so that every column adds up to 25, horizontally, vertically, and the 2 diagonals. They must all add up to 25. Your target time is 2 minutes, and it starts now.
Well, the easiest way for you and I to follow this, and it'll also be the quickest way for our contestants to solve the test if they realise it, is to forget those 5s round the outside and concentrate on the squares we left vacant, the 3 by 3 inner area. For those rows, horizontally, diagonally and vertically, should add up to 15. They can't, of course, hear me say that, so it's not giving them a clue. And there's a man I think who doesn't need a clue, because it looks like he's finished in an incredibly fast time. Father David Drake Brockman, so he wins that round. Remarkable time. Now, Father David Drake Brockman spotted there quickly, which is probably why he finished so fast, that if you get a 5 in the centre, then the rest is fairly easy. And so Andrew Gillum putting the 5 where he's just put it is wrong, and he's going to have problems completing the test unless he removes that 5. It should go in the centre. And Mary Humphries has virtually dismantled and started again. And Robert Taylor, well, on the bottom but 1 row, he's clearly very wrong with that 1 and 2 in the central area. If that row was to add up to 15 or the complete row to 25, well, it's obviously impossible. Now, Andrew Gillum's got the 5 in the middle now, and a 9 in there would complete it, I think, and that is a 9, and that is correct. So he finishes second, the audience counting furiously on their fingers, and he finishes second, the oceanographer from Liverpool. Now, Robert Taylor's now got that 5 in the middle. Still the last but 1 row wrong, which he now spots, though removing that 2 won't solve it. Mary Humphries, I think, still adding up to 25, but she's almost there. She needs a 9 in that middle row and a 7 above it, but the buzzer's coming up fast. Can she do it?
And there we are, the 2 minutes up, and well, we thought that was a very tough one. I think 3 of the contestants would agree with us, but Father David Drake Brockman finished in what must be record time for the intelligence test and the Krypton factor, and he gets the 10 points, very fast indeed. In second place was Andrew Gillum, who picks up 6 points. Then came Mary Humphries, finishing right on the buzzer and gets 4 points. Robert Taylor failed to finish and gets 2 points. So we feed those scores now into the master scoreboard, and with 3 rounds gone, jumping up now into second place is Father David Drake Brockman, but still the leader with 22 points from Liverpool, Andrew Gillum. Well, 2 rounds to go, 2 contestants to qualify for the final, and it's fairly evenly balanced, as you can see at this moment, as we move on to the observation test, where theoretically all 4 of the contestants could pick up 10 points, but it's always a hard round. It's even harder tonight, so that I think is unlikely maximum points. But let's start now by asking our contestants to swing round and face their screens. Coming up, the film clip, and then the questions and the ID parade.
So there was a body in here.
Wasn't there?
Oh, I'll say this for him, he's a fast study.
You mean you actually saw it in there?
No, I used a divining rod, blindfold, from the other side of town.
I wasn't doubting your word, Templar.
You mean you're not writing me off as a lunatic, too?
I was simply wondering if you could give us a description of the body.
Male Caucasian, age about 23, 5'11", brown hair. Black plastic jacket, no identification marks, died of a broken neck.
And the man who drove away? What about a description of him?
He runs fast.
And you're arrogant. All right, we blew it. We didn't believe the girl. We didn't get here in time to stop somebody from removing the body. That doesn't mean we have to take your insolence. Now shut up and listen. You know your reputation, Templar. You're a smart boy. So smart, he likes to show up people like us. Dumb cops. Or we don't like you, need you, or want you. You've done your duty, now get out and stay out. Way out.
He's not a fan.
Neither am I. Now, if you've got any more information for us, just turn it over and I'll see you get your name in the papers. That should make us even.
I'll convey your apologies to Miss Lennox. I'm sure she'll be as grateful to you as I am.
Templar.
Yes.
This is a police matter now, and we are not kidding.
I know, you told me. Ad nauseam. Samuel Plackett, Abco Auto Braking Company. Linda, you're an angel.
See you Thursday, Simon.
It was an accident. All right, back to work.
I'm not so sure it was an accident.
Who the hell are you? Out!
Another clip there from the new series, Return of the Saint. We used that film, of course, last week, so we maintained the consistency. It was a different clip, obviously. 3 questions each. We start with you, Andrew Gillam, an either-or question. When the Saint arrived, were both windows of his car open or just one?
Just one.
No, they were both open. No points there. Visual question. How many vehicles were at the first location, the derelict site?
Including the Saints?
All the vehicles that were in shot.
3.
Double that, I'm afraid. It was 6. No points again. A dialogue question. In the Saint's description of the body, what material was the jacket made of?
Plastic.
Correct. 2 points there. David Drake Brockman. When describing the body, how old did the Saint think the dead man was? 23 or 25?
23.
Correct. 2 points. Which vehicle left the derelict site first?
The Saints.
Push you for answer. It was not the Saints, it was the ambulance, I'm afraid. How did the Saint describe the second man? That was the one who drove away. What was his description? Must hurry you, I'm afraid.
He said he was a good runner.
He did. He runs fast with the exact words. You can have 2 points for that. Mary Humphreys. Again, in describing the body, how tall did he think the dead man was? 5 feet 9 inches or 5 feet 11 inches?
5 feet 11.
Correct. 2 points. How many of the people talking at the derelict site had epaulets on their coats?
2.
No, it was all 3 of them. What did the policeman offer in return for more information from the Saint?
That he'd get his name in the papers.
Absolutely right. You pick up another 2 points and finish with 4. Robert Taylor. What was the name of the girl on the phone? Carol or Linda?
Linda.
It was. 2 points. How many people were in the breaker's yard altogether?
5.
Correct. Another 2 points. In the chat with the police, what was the name of the lady mentioned? Gotta hurry you.
Don't know.
Miss Lennox was the answer, so no points for that, but you finish on 4. We now move on to the identity parade. Very tough one, just as it was last week. You remember towards the end of the film, the mechanical grip dropped the car, just missed the Saint. He ran forward, a man jumped out of the crane, and then 3 men appeared behind the crane driver to support him. We want you to identify the first one of those 3 men. He was wearing a motorcycle jacket, he had a scarf around his neck. We have 9 similar men. Which one was the man in the film? I repeat once more, the crane driver jumped out of his cab, the Saint ran forward, and then 3 men ran up behind the crane driver to give him assistance, it seemed. The first of those men, who was clearly in shot, was wearing a motorcycle jacket and a scarf, just like these men are wearing. It's very tough, but it was tough last week, and 2 of our contestants spotted the man last week. What will happen this week? Almost coming up to the time for your decision. I'm going to ask you to press a number. You've got indicator panels in the armrest of your chair. When I give you the word, press the number that corresponds with the man in the lineup who you think was in the film. Are you ready? Will you press the number now? So, you have all made your selections. Let's check them out. Andrew Gillum has gone for number 8. Can I ask number 8 to step forward, please? David Drake Brockman has gone for the next man in the lineup, number 9. Would he step forward, please? Mary Humphreys has also chosen number 9. And Robert Taylor has also chosen number 9. So have 3 of them got it right or not? This is the moment when we find out, when I ask the man who played that part in the film to identify himself. Now, please. And indeed it was number 9, actor Terry Durran. So, 3 of the contestants did well to pick up the extra 4 points there. Let's quickly feed all the scores for that round into the master scoreboard with just 1 round to go, and it's getting very close indeed there. We've now got 2 people in second place, Andrew Gillum and Robert Taylor, but the leader with 26 points, the new leader from Huddersfield, David Drake Brockman. So, very nicely poised indeed. 2 to qualify for the final. Who would bet on any of those 2 as we go into the last round? General knowledge. Lots of questions here. Be ready now on your buzzers. There is just under 3 minutes to go as we start with question 1. Who assassinated the Yankees leader Abraham Lincoln? David Drake Brockman.
John Wilkes Booth.
Correct, 2 points. What was founded in 1865? Interrupted by Andrew Gillum.
Salvation Army.
Right, by William Booth. 2 points. What is Save Our Souls shortened to SOS in the Morse code? Robert Taylor. ... ... ... Correct, 2 points. What was the code name for the invasion that began on D-Day? The answer is Operation Overlord. Who is the Overlord of British Leyland? Mary Humphreys.
Michael Edwards.
Correct, 2 points. Who at the beginning of the year became the bride of Eddie Gallagher? Andrew Gillum.
Rose Dugdale.
Correct, Dr. Rose Dugdale, 2 points. Who wrote Cider with Rosie? Robert Taylor.
Laurie Lee.
Correct, less than 2 minutes to go. Of which state is Lee Kuan Yew the Prime Minister? Robert Taylor.
Malaysia.
Singapore, we wanted. Lose 2 points. Sinhalese and Tamil are the languages of which island state? David Drake Brockman.
Sri Lanka.
Correct, 2 points. And what is Sri Lanka's capital? Andrew Gillum. Must hurry you.
Sorry.
You lose 2 points. It's Colombo. Colombo, the TV detective, is played by... Interrupted by Mary Humphreys.
Peter Falk.
Played by Peter Falk, 2 points. Peterman is slang for what sort of criminal? Robert Taylor.
Safebreaker.
Correct, 2 points. What does TNT abbreviate? Mary Humphreys.
Tetranitrous triphosphate.
I can stop you there. We wanted trinitrotoluene. Not good enough, you lose 2 points. Nitrous oxide is popularly known as Robert Taylor.
Laughing gas.
Correct, 2 points. Who painted The Laughing Cavalier? David Drake Brockman.
Franz Hals.
Correct, 2 points. Less than a minute to go. Franz Beckenbauer now plays for an American soccer team. Robert Taylor.
New York Cosmos.
Correct, 2 points. Cosmos Small Piece is a character... Interrupted by Mary Humphreys.
Les Dawson.
Plays that part. Correct, 2 points. In which territory of North America is Dawson City? David Drake Brockman.
The Yukon.
Correct, 2 points. What is a Zeiss icon? Robert Taylor.
A camera.
Correct, 2 points. Who wrote the stories on which the film I Am a Camera was based? David Drake Brockman.
Christopher Isherwood.
Correct, 2 points. Christine Johnson and Martha Woodford are characters in which soap opera? Answer is The Archers. 15 seconds to go. Who was killed with a bow and arrow by a sparrow? Mary Humphreys.
Cock Robin.
Correct, 2 points. What musical instrument is associated with Robin Richmond and Robinson Cleeve? Interrupted by Mary Humphreys.
The electric organ.
We'll take that. Theatre organ, 2 points. Which organ of the human body is studied? And there goes the buzzer. No time to finish the question. It's the end of the contest, and looking at the scoreboard there, the final positions, 2 go through to the final, which means that Robert Taylor from London, who pulled away in that round from Andrew Gillum, finishing with 34 points, and second place goes through. So does David Drake Brockman, the winner tonight with 36 points. So a tremendous finish, very close indeed. Our congratulations to the 2 who go through to the final. And let's now look at that final for next week. Here is the lineup: Ken Wilmshurst from Surrey, Terry Carroll from Bradford, Father David Drake Brockman from Huddersfield, and Robert Taylor from London. The lineup for next week's final. From that will emerge our super person. I hope you'll join us. Should be tremendous. 7 o'clock next Friday. Good night.